It's finally here. After over 6 months of silence from the Skyrim Together team, we have signs of life. For those of you that don't know, Skyrim Together is a fan-made mod that aims to make Skyrim multiplayer. And when I say multiplayer Skyrim, I mean exploring Skyrim in co-op with your best friends. Skyrim Online. Now currently the servers are capped to 8 players per session for stability reasons, but obviously in theory they can support over 60 players at once, but if we'll ever get to that point we don't know yet. Long story short though, the last time we heard from the Skyrim Together team was when they were hiring a UI designer and they'd actually found one, and they also reported that they were creating a server to run Skyrim multiplayer on. Now the reason this mod has been so slow in its development is because Bethesda actually shut them down and said they were not allowed to publish the mod on Steam. They were okay with them publishing the mod, just not on Steam. That basically meant that the mod creators could not use the Steam API, which is a really easy feature to use when you're making parties and lobby systems so you can invite your friends to come and play Skyrim with you. So without the Steam API, there was no way you'd be able to invite your friends. So the team had to develop their very own third-party lobby system in order to support the player base. Now, as you can imagine, that's rather annoying and it takes a long time to do that. I actually made a video about this back in November 2017, and over a year onwards, the team have only just now announced their beta. And if we go and check out their Reddit thread, we can see here, closed beta announcement. Yep, it's finally happening. Soon we'll be opening the doors for our loyal Patreons for a temporary closed beta. Don't fear, this will be shortly available for all. This period will be used to measure traffic, any emergency fixes and stability. The smoother this runs, the faster we'll have it out to you guys. Now obviously they want to get it out as soon as possible to everyone, but this is probably the best way of doing a closed beta test for them to actually see how stable it is currently. And they did do a stream 4 days ago, which I was playing in the background at the start, and you guys can kind of see there are a few little issues, but to be honest, the game looks like it's running pretty damn well. Open beta. I want to first explicitly say that this will be a short closed beta. The intention is to release it publicly shortly after. We currently have no release date of either the closed or open beta. The open will be announced potentially a week or two after the closed. So it could even be a month before this comes out even. We don't currently know. What will be in the beta? We won't be feature locking anything. Anything we have shown previously will be available. We do, however, have some features disabled due to bugs or potential crashing. This includes shared containers. This will include NPCs, dropping items will not appear, factions and bounties, and object sync. I could go into detail about all those different things because obviously if you make Skyrim a single player game, a multiplayer game, it's going to come with a bunch of difficulties when balancing the game world above having another player. In fact, there's actually lots of discrepancies because the game is literally developed around the host player and they had to create other factions to have other players join your game. It was an extremely confusing process, I'm sure, for them to develop this, and hats off to them, they've done it. And this is what everyone wanted, Bethesda, the Skyrim multiplayer game. We didn't ask for Fallout 76 yet. How many players per session though? We're currently hard capping each session to 8 players. This has the potential to be increased and it will be investigated in the future. Now obviously that's more for stability issues, as I said earlier, that they're going to have 8 players. But you know, depending how big these servers are, they can go beyond Fallout 76's player base if they wish, but obviously at the sacrifice of stability. And you're probably just going to be playing with your friends at the end of the day. They may have public servers at some point, who knows, but we'll see what happens there. Currently we have servers located in the EU. Additional servers will be added to help compensate influx and distant players. These servers will be closely monitored to check stability and growth. Once we have a large player base, we'll be able to determine additional locations quickly. Now I'm sure, I think they're thinking like a few thousand people are going to play this. I think it's going to be like tens of thousands of people are going to want to download this and play it as soon as it's out. And I reckon the servers are just going to be like crushed on like release day. And, you know, when people make videos on it like me, it's going to have like an influx of players. So them dealing with that, I have no idea how they're going to do that, because this is just made by fans. Like, this is a fan project. These guys are doing it in their spare time. And they do have a Patreon. I'll link their Discord server down below if you guys want to check out their stuff. But, you know, go and support them, because these people are doing a great job, you know. And I make these videos so I can tell you guys about them, and you can go and support projects that you're passionate about. Okay, so how do I download Skyrim Together? A downloadable launcher will be available, which will keep your Skyrim Together up to date. Both the launcher and ST are compact, so you should expect a download size of roughly 200 megabytes. So they've basically made their own client, I guess, so they can run Skyrim Together and you can join the server and invite people. What's next? We'll be having a second announcement for the closed beta release. No date is currently set, but it shouldn't be that long from now. So we are close. This is why I'm making this video. We're close. And if you guys have a look, they recently did a playthrough of Bruma, and I just wanted to put this up on the screen because I thought it was quite interesting. If we stop here, we can actually see on the top left there, we've got the ping, which is 30 FPS. I guess they might even be peer-to-peer hosting it from their computer, and he's just disabled the HUD, so I can't see it anymore. And he's got some other server hosting things, 7.75 kilobytes per second, all the information there at the top. You could also get your party on the top left as well. So you've got a level 1 player, level 3. We can see all our party's health. Currently, it doesn't show their magic or anything, but the health is the only important thing I guess we really need to see. And by the way, guys, if you haven't played Beyond Skyrim Bruma, it's a fantastic mod. I did a playthrough of it previously. I'll link it further down below in the description if you're interested. But it's an awesome mod you guys should check out anyway. But I mean, if you guys look, let's find... Okay, so there's the other players. And you can see there's a little bit of animation stuttering there of like them not really phasing in correctly. But in terms of the other NPCs interacting with them and stuff, and I've watched this whole stream and sort of like had a look at how good it looks. It looks pretty damn good. Like, I was really impressed. And I'm sure once they get that bounty system sorted out and the fact you can drop other players' goods and stuff like that, you know, it's going to make it pretty awesome. But I do believe each, you know, container and loot box is instance per player. So when you're multiplaying with your friends, you can loot the same boss chest and you each get your own loot. I think that's how it works. But there's lots of things like this that they're balancing and constantly changing and updating, I'm sure. So when this comes out, you know, I actually think it will probably have less bugs than Fallout 76 had when it released. At least we know that Skyrim is already a working game, for example. But you'll be able to play PvP, fight other players, and I want to do like a fight club thing, which I'll talk about in a future video. But we've been like looking forward to do this for ages. So I'm super excited for this when it launches, and I really cannot wait. And a couple of things that you guys should know before I end this video. Platforms and versions. Skyrim Together will only be released for Skyrim 2011 version and Skyrim Special Edition as well on PC. This will be completely free, so you don't have to pay for any of this. It's going to be free. You can just go and download a mod as you would any other mod. Sadly, though, it says we cannot make this game available for consoles. Obviously, especially because Bethesda are not supporting these people. Doesn't matter whether you have the DLC for Skyrim or not, you'll be able to play with your friends. You can also download mods as well. So, for example, if you want to play Skyrim Beyond Bruma together, if you want to play any mod, as long as everyone who's playing the game has that mod, you should be able to play that mod together and enjoy new adventures that maybe you haven't been on and maybe your friends have, and you can adventure with them and they can show you what's what or something. There are going to be some mods, however, like SKSE and script changing mods that obviously may have some functions that don't work very well in multiplayer. This is all impossible to test absolutely everything. And say, for example, if I have a armor mod and you're playing with me and you don't have my armor mod installed, then I'll just look naked for you, but I'll still have the same armor values. I think that's how it works. But that's pretty much it from this video, guys. I just wanted to go over this multiplayer mod for Skyrim and give it a big shout out because it's something I've been super excited for since I ever heard about it a few years ago, and it's finally almost here and we're actually going to get to play it. And, you know, I think it's going to blow Fallout 76 out the water. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be much funner, and I'm going to enjoy it a lot more than I did that game, because I know Skyrim has a story, and being able to sit there and even play through it again with my friends, I'm going to do that on live stream, and we're going to have some fun together. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to like be refreshing, like a new way to play Skyrim together. And by the way, guys, the game does scale up depending how many people are playing. So if you have 4 players, the game actually spawns in more mobs to, generate a harder difficulty for your party. So they have thought about all these different things that adding more people into Skyrim will bring. And for the most part, their solutions seem extremely clever. So if you want, guys, subscribe and press that bell icon, because I'll be doing updates on this, and I'll also be hosting a PvP fight club, and we're going to have like a prize at the end. Whoever wins a tournament or something, we'll do something fun. We'll make some videos out of it. I think it'll be a great thing. And guys, if you haven't already, I'm also on Twitch as well. And if you guys want to follow me there, I'm doing my first Dark Souls 1 playthrough. So it's pretty horrendous to watch, actually. Maybe don't watch that. If you want to watch something funny, then do watch it. But I'll link my Twitch down below if you want to check it out. But thank you very much for watching me, ESO, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Goodbye.